Roll the open. Stand by news alert.
Okay, Gabby, I'm watching it. Stand by. Everybody stand by.
Out to a news alert. Mike the anchors.
And we begin
Stand by
tonight
2 on a
with
2-shot.
WDRB News alert. Demonstrators are out for the 5th
And
night in a row in Louisville,
dissolve.
protesting racial injustice.
Stand
So
by
far-
Emmy 1B.
So far, it's been peaceful in Louisville, but we're told
Stand by to live
police
tween.
are just starting to move in closer to the protest.
There are a lot of developments today. Chief Steve Conrad was fired over another body camera failure and another police shooting
Live
early
tween.
This morning. We have
You guys are
live
all
team
up right
coverage
now.
of the
You're all
protest
up right
in
now.
Louisville tonight.
Stand by
From
live
West
view
Valley
4
to downtown.
with
We're going to begin tonight with WDRB's Joel Skipper. He is live in front of LMPD headquarters tonight. Joel.
take.
David and Fallon, we are live at Jefferson.
Stand by A,
7th
sound.
You all are clear right now.
Mayor Greg
Get out of the
Fisher
shots.
following the city's police
Let's
chief
see the live
finding out
action.
the body cameras on the officers at today's shooting were not on.
Roll A, take. Roll A. Thank you.
Let's see.
Radio traffic release following Monday
Emmy
morning
3B
shooting
with
deals
E1
Let's see,
or
live view.
E2.
Broadway.
Let's see live view
LMPD National
6.
Guard members
Switch
showed
over,
up to
Brendan,
around
with live view 6 in the small.
After reports of a
Nobody's
large
talking.
crowd gathered during the
Stand by to dissolve.
Yeah,
Dissolve.
it's got
Traffic
it.
center cameras showing
Add
officers
E3.
and members of the National Guard reacting to sudden gunfire. Then
Stand by super.
As I learned
Right
about some of the
here.
details
Add.
about what happened last night, I learned that the body cameras
Lose super.
Yeah, Joel's gonna toss
were
it.
not activated.
Tossing Godby and not Chad.
Well, I was
This
gonna have
type
to
of
toss the chat.
institutional failure will not be tolerated.
David McAtee, a well-known barbecue stand owner, was shot and killed.
LMPD is
Stand by
deeply
super.
saddened by the death of Mr. McAtee.
Add
Over the
super.
years, he's been a good friend to the police officers of LMPD.
Two
Lose.
LMPD officers and two National Guard
Next one's at
members
108.
fired their weapons. It's not known who shot McAtee. Louisville Mayor Greg Fisher visited 26th and Broadway and spoke with McAtee's mother and those in the crowd. Metro Council President David James, a former police officer, was emotional when addressing the council.
Add super.
That my friend is dead
Lose super.
because of actions taken by the
Joel,
police
the plan is
department.
for you to still toss to Chad. Joel, you'll still toss to Chad.
So we need to know
We got
why.
about 30 seconds
We all
left in
need to know
package.
why.
About 30 seconds
Governor
left in
Andy Beshear
package.
also addressed the
Stand by
shooting
super.
at his media briefing.
Add
It
super.
is unacceptable that the officers that
Lose
responded
super.
last night
On
did
Emmy
not
2A, give me a
have
double
body
of live view
cameras
4
on and recording.
to live
This
view
is
6.
the
Live view
entire
4 left,
reason
live view 6
we
right.
have those cameras. And every
Stand by live view 4
other
full.
officer's cameras should be reviewed.
Stand by to live
Capture
tween
part of the scene
with
ought
E1.
to be released.
It's still not known who initially fired
10 away.
officers or whose bullet hit McAtee.
For him not to be with us today is a tragedy
Stand by.
Go, go,
it's
go,
just hard
go.
to put into words.
Live tween.
Stand by, Chad.
And the two
Joel will be
officers
tossing
who
to you.
fired
Stand
their
by.
weapons have been placed
Put live view
on the
3 on Emmy 2A on the right.
Kentucky State
Stand by
Police
Emmy
is now
2A.
heading this investigation right now. As I mentioned, we're on the corner of 7th and Jefferson. You see the National Guard
Clean.
has been staged here. They're going to head more into downtown across the street. We do have some tactical units. Farther downtown, let's check in with WDRB's Chad Mills. With
Stand by
what's going
live
on there,
view
Chad.
3
Go, go, go.
and live tween.
And Joel, the people have
Thank
heard
you.
what you just reported, and they're not too happy
Gotta
with the
be, you'll be
leadership
up
from the
next.
city,
Gotta
either
be, you'll be up
LMPD
next.
or the
Chad,
mayor's
it's off to
office,
you.
and that is why they are out here right now. They know the
Dalton.
curfew is an
So
hour
live view
in
3
at
to
this
live view
point, but they
6.
still feel they have the
got
right
live view
and the
6 as
reason
well.
to
Let's do
be
a 2
out
box.
here.
But that's
Now,
Dalton
until
next,
just
right?
a couple
Yes.
minutes ago, they didn't see LMPD officers, but now you'll see it on your screen. LMPD out here. We understand they're coming down this street, which is Jefferson, next to City Hall, and they're coming down Liberty, 1 block over as well, near Metro Corrections. And you can see some of the protesters holding signs, going out there, inching closer, but they know LMPD, the other officers,
Dissolve.
have tear gas, have those pepper pellets, and so they're staying back a little bit. Up until this point, there's a lot of nervousness, a lot of anxiousness about
Stand by live
will
view
LMPD
3.
let this protest continue. They knew they were in violation of the curfew.
Dissolve.
They figured if they were being peaceful, they could continue to be out here. Now, however, LMPD, these other officers kind of showing force. And
On Emmy
that's just
3A, put
kind
B
of
on
strategy,
program.
showing we're here, we're ready to take action if we have
And
to.
X on
Maybe
preview.
we don't want to have to take action, but you know, we'll just have to see what happens next. But you know, the day started, let me stress this, very peacefully. We started here at the Halls of Justice a couple hours ago. A number of protesters, I would say a couple thousand, marched up 6th Street, over past Metro Corrections, over to Broadway, and all the way down Broadway from about 6 to 26. 20 blocks of walking for these protesters. They went there, of course, because that's where the shooting scene from overnight is. They wanted to march there, thought it would be symbolic, and then they marched back.
Stand by 4 box with E2.
An interesting moment in all of that, because at the front of that march were 3 African-American LMPD officers locking arms with some of the protesters. When they finally got down to 26th Street, those officers, one of them, a sergeant with LMPD, Sergeant Jackson, actually burst into tears, hugging some of those protesters, saying, "We see you, we hear you, we understand your message." And some of the people obviously sympathizing with him, because it seems like he's well known in that part of Louisville. Knew Mr. McAtee as well, said he loved his barbecue, was upset about that as well.
Stand by live view 3. Stand by number, stand by 2 dissolve. Dissolve.
Flashbang overhead. Not quite sure where that came from, but people kind of scattering in all directions, people running down Liberty, some running down Jefferson, some running down 6th Street, but this core group here in front of this line remaining here with their hands up, sending a message to the PD that they're going to stay here and protest as we hear. Oh, no, those flashbangs are coming.
Stand by double right there.
And it looks like the officers are on the move. And we hear some pops in that direction, which would probably be gunfire. Not sure if that's civilian gunfire or what. That would be our guess. But we're going to move back a little bit.
You guys stay safe out there.
Is down Jefferson here.
Dissolve.
If you want to scoot back a little bit, we're just going to get a little better position in case the pepper balls start flying in our direction, which is a very real possibility at this point, especially after what sounds like gunfire coming from behind us. Not too sure about that yet. That's unconfirmed.
Stand by live view 3 full.
Here. But LMPD marching down, we saw a water bottle land in their direction, didn't actually make contact with LMPD, but landed in that direction as the flashbang pops right overhead of us.
Dissolve.
At the corner of Jefferson and 6th Street, just at the corner of City Hall, where some of this stuff happened on Thursday night and in some of the previous nights. I'm not sure, of course. We haven't seen the tear gas. I don't think they fired any of the pellets yet.
No, thank you.
They are using those flashbangs, which is kind of a sign to move people back, that they're serious about breaking up what they most likely consider an unlawful gathering of people at this point. It's coming down. Yes. And we have some tear gas coming down on top of our heads right now.
Oh my God!
It's okay. It's just tear gas.
Right there on the sidewalk. The wind is not in our favor, so we're going to keep coming back.
Get ready to go to Dalton, okay?
Just backing up as these officers make their presence known here, right here in the middle of downtown Louisville.
Okay.
Protesters thought they would be able to be out here peacefully.
Stand by 2 dissolve.
As long as they were being peaceful. But LMPD either seeing something or deciding to break this up now that we approach the 10 o'clock hour into this curfew.
Stand by live view 6 full, or live view 3 full.
As we catch our breath.
We're at Mike live view 6. Mike live view 6.
Yeah, Chad.
Stand by live view 6 full. Dissolve.
Just moments ago. I mean, about 15 minutes ago or less, this was all peaceful. It's been peaceful all day. We are now seeing LMPD out in really full force here downtown. We are right now at the corner of 6th and Jefferson, between 6th and Jefferson and 6th and Liberty. Several people running.
All right, stand by Emmy 1B with E2.
You see the national.
I just feel like he's talking about.
We're hearing pops and bangs as Chad was mentioning. Some of that tear gas, some of the smoke, some of those pepper bullets that we've seen in the past several days. Since that has happened a lot,
stand by.
The crowd has
Dissolve.
cleared out of the area right now. But as you can see, LMPD, I think that is the National Guard here at 6th and Jefferson, making their way up Jefferson Street right now to 6th.
Stand by live view 6.
There's a man down here right behind me.
Dissolve.
There is actually someone down, and several protesters are helping him right now. But we will go back.
Stand by Emmy 2B.
There and several of those right now.
Standby.
Water being
Under.
thrown at the National Guard at LMPD. Some of that return fire with those pepper bullets.
We can always do that 4 box and go to anchors.
They are just moving in this direction. Again, this was all peaceful for so long.
Yeah, sure.
This was peaceful all day long. There was some dialogue.
Live view 3 on the left. Live view 3 on the left. Dissolve.
This is all just broken out in the last few minutes, about the last 20 minutes or so here downtown. A lot of stuff has happened. The
live view
started down here earlier
6.
today,
Dissolve live view 6.
All right, let's
26
take
and Broadway.
Here we go.
That is where Travis.
We'll get you.
Is. Travis, obviously a lot going
Let's
on
not
here
lose.
downtown at Jefferson Square Park. In this area, what is the scene like there?
Let's not lose the downtown pictures.
That's where we're at. Stand by live view 7, full. Live tween.
With no police presence at all at this point.
Let's get ready to 2 box.
This is the intersection last night.
So Brendan, give me the downtown that fits this one.
We don't know who he was killed by. We know that LMPD officers and National Guard
Live view
members
3 is active.
fired weapons.
We're getting there.
During that
Live view
incident.
6.
After they
We're getting there.
shot at
At E2.
Rather than protest, this is partying. We have seen no evidence of LMPD or National
Nice
Guard
job,
members
Chad.
at all. A
Sorry,
few
Golden Jake,
hundred
you guys,
people
your camera's
gathered
back
here
down.
in front of Dino's. Like a lot of times, there are
We need to
people
see downtown,
do
guys.
clubs here and bars.
Just
that
dissolve
people gather
under.
at.
Let
Back
me know when you got it.
Barbecue man, you would set up shop
You guys are
right
hot.
here, and people would get some barbecue. You can see a balloon memorial over there.
Put
for
Emmy
near
2B in return, or I'm sorry, preview.
Set up his stand. But again, a few hundred people
And
down
put
here.
E2 up.
Peaceful.
Chad, how are you guys good?
No, remember it fits on the far right. Remember you have the ones that fit the far right.
Rather than protest, guys.
Who? Mike Anchors.
And we have been following this.
Stand by Emmy 1B. Just give me the 4 box, Brendan. Sorry.
Tonight, than what we've been seeing all day.
Stand by to number
today,
1
starting
with E2.
around noon when protests started today.
Go ahead.
You guys give me a
Very
thumbs up if you're
peaceful.
okay.
Yeah, then earlier this evening downtown, we saw some really
Thank you.
beautiful moments that we hadn't seen up to this
Stand by
point.
live view 3.
We had that one moment that has gone viral of an officer hugging a protester. We had
I'm
some
going to come
more
out
of
to you
that
next. Right now,
today. We had
Fallon
people
and Chad
kneeling,
Fallon
in,
and David are
Metro Hall
talking.
area.
I'll come out to you
and,
guys next.
praying
Live view 3 with the
together.
6th and
We had
Jefferson.
these
Live locator,
protesters
Brendan.
marching all the way out to the Dino's Food Mart location.
Go ahead and have him play it on.
Or so.
Stand by,
out to
dissolve.
that side, and there were
Live view
hugs
3,
there. Forget the social distancing at this point. This is much more
Nats,
important
please.
to have these kinds of moments. And just a real connection between these protesters and police. And not really even hearing the chanting that was
Stand by.
Who are we going to?
Peace,
Chad.
I can't breathe.
Chad is next. We'll stay here.
We really haven't
Three.
heard any of that today. So this really was a very tranquil day
Chad.
And
in the
for-
history of this.
And for most of the evening, police were not on scene in downtown.
Live view 3,
Louisville.
Nats,
Let's go to
please.
Chad right now, where there appears to be some action happening. Chad.
Mike, Chad. Live view 3.
So yeah, there is an arrest. We see a bottle. It looked like a bottle just landed near law enforcement, but they just pulled something behind that front echelon there. We're going to move
Live view
across
4
the
if you want
street
to
real
check
quick
box,
just
but
to
I
get
think
a
we're
little
good.
better position to see. And
Yeah, some
to
things are
escape
just
if we
worth
have to
seeing
run out
full.
of the way of tear gas
Yep,
again.
if you can get
But
that
yeah,
shot
we
in
saw
there
an
full again.
arrest
There we go.
that happened just a minute ago. We hear some of the pops of pepper pellets now.
So live view 4,
and
they're
as
kind of in a bad
group
spot.
you know, I'm
They're not
standing
showing us too
a
much.
little bit back, but it looks like a mixture of National Guard, maybe some KSP, probably some LMPD there as well. Moving
Put
into this
E2 in
area,
preview.
I think
moments
Chad
ago,
is talking right
kind
now.
of
I'm going to have
breaking
him toss to
everything
you in
up.
a little bit.
And you can't really see it from where we're standing, but I can kind
You
of
guys
see in
okay?
the distance that Jefferson Square has completely
All right, stay
cleared
safe,
out.
guys.
I believe. I can't see the entire park, but I don't see any heads off in the distance. Yeah, that's probably a safe bet. Sounds like, or looks like, most people have moved down. They've scattered, mainly moving east on Jefferson, east on Market, and east on Liberty as well. Now, as we've seen in the past couple of nights, sometimes it turns into a little bit of game of cat and mouse. They'll disperse, and then they'll regroup, and then they'll approach law enforcement again. But a couple brave protesters kind of hanging out still here in this area, kind of looking from the distance. Many more people kind of taking shelter behind City Hall right now. I'd say maybe a dozen or so people behind City Hall.
Dalton on live view 6 is next.
Dalton Godby for an
Dissolve
update from
under.
over there.
Go, go, go.
And
Yeah, Chad, just like
Please
you
to stay
mentioned,
here.
they have moved in this area. They're kind of overtaken.
Dissolve in full.